Welcome to a one-story teller, where we bring you powerful stories that shake the system and challenge injustice. Today's story will leave you speechless. Imagine two twin brothers standing in a courtroom, ridiculed by cops who think they have the upper hand, until a secret so dark is revealed that it leaves the entire courtroom frozen in shock. Stay tuned, because you won't believe how this one ends. The courtroom was packed. Reporters, family members, activists, and those who thrived on sensationalized trials filled every available seat. At the center of it all stood two men, twin brothers, identical in appearance but vastly different in demeanor. One was calm, calculating, and reserved. The other fierce, unafraid, and ready to unleash the truth. Facing them across the courtroom were a group of smug police officers, their laughter echoing as if they were certain of their victory. They had arrested these men, accused them, painted them as criminals, and now they were relishing the moment. To them, these two brothers were nothing more than another case they had handled, but they had no idea what was coming. The judge entered, the gavel struck, and the trial began. The prosecution laid out its case. It was simple. They accused the twins of obstruction, of defying the law, of resisting the authority of officers sworn to uphold the law. But the brothers let them speak, let them spin their narrative, let them drown in their own arrogance, because they knew the moment the truth came out, every single officer sitting across from them would never look at law enforcement the same way again. The defense attorney stood. "Your Honor," he said, "we have evidence that will change the course of this trial, but first we must ask these officers a few simple questions." One by one, the cops took the stand, and one by one, their faces shifted from amusement to confusion. "Do you recognize these men?" "Of course," one officer sneered. "They're the so-called activists we arrested for interfering with police matters." "And would you say you've had prior dealings with them?" "Yeah, these guys think they know the law better than us." The defense attorney nodded. "You'd say you enforce the law fairly, correct?" "Absolutely." That was the moment. That was the trap. Because now it was time for the truth. The twin brothers stood. Their calm demeanor was gone. Their presence now filled the room with something else. Power, control, the knowledge that they were the ones truly running this courtroom. The first brother spoke. "Your Honor, we are not just activists. We are not just men standing trial for some trumped-up charges. We are former Department of Justice operatives. And these officers? They don't even realize they've already lost." The courtroom fell silent. The cops who had laughed mere moments ago, they weren't laughing anymore. The second brother stepped forward, producing a folder filled with classified documents. "These officers, the very ones sitting in this courtroom today, have been under federal investigation for years. The reason they arrested us? We weren't interfering with police work. We were exposing their corruption." Gasps filled the room. The judge leaned forward. "Explain." The brothers revealed what had been hidden for years. A case that had been buried, a case involving illegal arrests, falsified evidence, and a corrupt network of officers abusing their power. And the best part? The twin brothers had worked on that case while employed by the DOJ. They had gone undercover, collected evidence, and built an airtight case against these very officers. "This," the first brother said, holding up a flash drive, "is the proof of everything. Conversations, reports, recordings. The moment this goes public, the entire department will be exposed." The smug looks vanished. Panic set in. One of the officers, the loudest one before, tried to interrupt. "This is ridiculous. These men—" The judge slammed the gavel. Silence. It was too late. The courtroom had shifted. The power was no longer in the hands of the police. The authority they thought they held had crumbled in an instant. And the laughter? It had stopped. News outlets ran the story that very night. The officers in question were immediately suspended, pending investigation. The department scrambled to contain the damage, but it was too late. The twin brothers had done what no one thought possible. They had turned the system against those who had abused it. The cops had thought they were dealing with nobodies. They had laughed, mocked, and assumed they were untouchable. But in the end, they were the ones who had been played. And the twin brothers walked free, knowing they had just set a precedent that would shake the entire justice system. Wow, what a shocking turn of events. Those cops thought they had everything under control, but little did they know they were walking straight into a trap set by the very men they underestimated. Justice was served and the system was exposed for what it truly was. What do you think about this story? Did the twins get the justice they deserved? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because here at A1 Storyteller, we bring you the most powerful, jaw-dropping stories you won't find anywhere else. See you next time.